Are you a stressed out dentisting human that does your best each day, strives each day to live your best dentisting life, but things get thrown in your way that cause you stress, anxiety, frustration? That happens to all of us. And I'm talking Nachos. We are here to help you increase your success, decrease stress, and reduce the number of times you feel like crying inside a day. The number one key performance indicator of every dental career, the number of times you feel like crying inside a day. I should know, I've been a dentist for 19 years. So we have an awesome show for you today. Before I get started, I just want to share, if you're looking to find a dentist to share the joy of full contact arts and crafts with you, just text the word HIRE to 215-543-6454, and a member of our Dentist Job Connect team will help you find out how you can meet a dentist through Dentist Job Connect. So for my team, I'm ready for our first guest here on Talking Nachos. Whenever you guys are ready to bring them up, awesome. So I have the awesome sponsor, Boone. Now, Aaron, before we kind of know what you do, tell us a story of somebody who really, they're lucky to have known you. Just like my grandmother said, you're very, very special. You're wonderful. You're a wonderful person. Tell us a story of one of your clients out there and how you had an impact on their life, their career, their stress.
That's an interesting question. No, my mind's kind of racing here of a few. So one of the real rewarding things for me, especially as a marketer, we specialize in direct mail for dentists, and I worked with all different gamuts of dentistry. I really like working with the startup practice, the newer practice, chasing the American dream, putting every last dime you have into opening up a practice, whatever that scenario is. But I love the backstory to it too. One that comes to mind right now is Dr. Pham, who opened her practice in 2018 after 10 years of being an associate. Cool. And she was first generation, here after her mom immigrated here. And I just love her story of hard work. She's continued to work as an associate for the first, probably year. Yeah. As she has her granddaughter 1 day a week. And one of the most sincere, heartfelt emails I ever got was that day that she wrote, "Hey, today's the day. It was my last day as an associate."
That's great.
My own practice. And we mailed, her area, continued to brand her and bring in new patients. And that day was just so rewarding when she said, "I'm done. I'm here. This is my practice."
Awesome team. I always wanted to do this like a newscaster. You can text MVP to 215-543-6454. Tell me about you. Now, we just did a direct mail piece for our office, and there's a lot of things. Why is direct mail? That story of Dr. Pham was awesome. Why is direct mail not dead? In this age of the internet and Instagram and Snapagram, that's not a real thing, but it should be one day. This week we had a Facebook outage, right? Why is direct mail not dead? Tell us about the dental clients that you work with and why there's value in still using direct mail.
Yeah, great question. So I work with dentists across the country. I think one of the things that I love about direct mail are, one, technology has changed. It's not this old version where you have to mail to a whole zip code. You're not stuffed in an envelope and hoping someone opens it and finds your little pamphlet in there. We can proactively put your face, your practice right in front of people. And when they get that mail, it's there and you have that impression. That is why the design is so important. That's why your target audience is so important, which homes you're hitting, and what that message is. But the other thing that I love about it is the light switch effect. Literally, rather than waiting, you can have the best website in America, but if you're waiting for someone to find you, you're losing business daily. And the beauty of direct mail is you proactively put your brand right in front of these homes in these best target neighborhoods for you. And that's, I think, one of the beauties of it is leveraging technology, but also being able to proactively put yourself in front of people. Because the more people that know about you, the more people are going to choose you.
And I know you have a history as an NFL athlete, and sorry for my team, but I think your team just defeated the Philadelphia Eagles not too long ago, the Cowboys. But, I'm 44 years old, and when I was 16 or 17 working out, they're just like, just go do bench press and eat a bunch of carbs. And we found that didn't make you a well-rounded athlete. It didn't make you, that was not a good fitness regimen. So you think about, a versatile fitness regimen from cardio, core, and lifting weights. Direct mail, fuses with website and social media because you get these touches for people who may have said, I see you in my mailbox and I see you online. Have you had any clients share stuff like that with you?
Yeah, for sure. In fact, those that already have a good website, those that have good reviews, they do better with their direct mail. because it is a 1, 2, 3 punch sometimes to get people over the edge. There's not this magic silver bullet in marketing. You can't just say, I got a great website, or hey, I'm just doing direct mail. It's any marketer will tell you it takes a little bit of experimenting and best experimentation, meaning controlling the variables that make or break campaigns, but find what works for your office. And I love dollars there, but you're absolutely right. My best responding offices also have other things happening for them and that are helping them, and it pushes people over the edge.
And what I want to add as before we wrap is, when we do a direct mail piece, I like that our existing patients mention it and say, hey, I saw that you guys are sharing this. Maybe they don't even know, we're doing clear liners in our practice, and it's not easy to go around and say, hey, we're doing clear liners. Hey, we're doing clear liners. Sometimes our existing patients find out JFO. So JFO just find out, and JDD just do the demo. So Aaron, we have dentists watching who they need a little push, momentum to go from analysis paralysis to doing something. They reach out to you at MVP Mailhouse. What's the process of working? Can they jump on a call with you, a webinar? Tell us about it.
So I like to schedule a quick 15 to 20 minute demo. We've built some really cool technology on it. Number one is I want to look at basically an exam and x-ray, for lack of better terms. You guys are used to that, exam and x-ray. We've built some really cool heat map technology where I'll pin drop out your patients. I'll show you your hottest neighborhoods, migration patterns of patients, geographical barriers of entry, and I put together some proposals. Just like your exam, look at your x-ray, and I'm going to give you a proposal. Here's our minimum order, average order, aggressive order based on your budget, based on time, growth numbers, how many new patients you can actually handle. I will say right now, if you are a PPO practice, if you're filing insurance for 70, 80, 90% of your patients, there is a gold mine of opportunity right now with expiring benefits message.
Yeah, right. Exactly. That's it. I always love that. Nobody ever lets the free drink ticket expire at a party, right? But
right. So this use it or lose it message, it works. I've been doing this for 10 plus years.
I think what you should do is, leverage that Q4, use it or lose it, but then make a fun thing in Q1 being like, use it before you forget patients, right? So
you're absolutely right. And if I'm looking at direct mail as a whole, and I've tracked every week, every month of the year for years, these next 6 months are the most predictable.
Yeah.
Because you have this Q4 expiring benefits, and then what happens in Q1, you have renewed benefits, and people are more likely to change from an unhappy situation when they have renewed benefits. They're more likely to change to a closer dentist if they're commuting to their old dentist, miles or cities away. And people are also making healthier decisions at the first year too, and willing to make those bigger cases. But don't sleep on this year, especially. There's seriously an unprecedented amount of people out there with unused benefits because of COVID concerns early in the year. Not everyone's used them.
So now's a good time to reach out to you to do that. I love your support, being a sponsor. Text MVP to 215-543-6454. Before you go, in your prediction, where are the Cowboys going to finish? Super Bowl, NFC Championship, playoff, or miss the playoffs? You get one choice. What do you think?
So the Cowboys were the first team to sign me out of college. It's a little misleading because I was never a Cowboys fan growing up. I actually love the Bears and I love the 49ers, but they are looking pretty impressive. But every Cowboys fan gets so excited every year, and they're just disappointed. They'll leave you at the altar, and they have for 20, 30 years now. So I'm not riding that bandwagon. I'm sticking with Tom Brady. I always hated him his whole career. But as of last year, I'm 43, just like you. We're about the same age, and so is he. So he's got to be our bro.
All right, Brady going, Brady the Bucs. Thanks so much, Aaron. Appreciate it.
Thanks. Bye.
So as you guys see on Talking Nachos, we're sharing the things they don't teach you in dental school, how to market what you do. You can have an awesome office. You got to get patients to come in. Fundamental part of being a business owner. I'm ready for my next guest whenever my team's ready to bring them up. Awesome. So I have the awesome Tom Camarota here with us. Tom, we get a little feedback from you, Tom, but I still can hear you. Whether your headphones are pausing or not. Let's see.
Sorry, you want me to take them out?
Okay, try taking them out and see what happens.
Can you hear me now?
It's still low. That's better. Perfect.
Probably not.
Yeah. No, I can hear you. We're good. Okay, just to get a little reverberation. All right, perfect. We're good. So Tom and I have gone way back. We utilized Tom in our office to help with getting patients who are at our office for reasons other than dental. Tom, do this. Let me come off for a second. Put it back on now. I think I'm getting too. Maybe you guys can figure out how to do that. Perfect. We'll bring back Tom in a few minutes once he gets that settled there. Ariel, you can bring up our next guest. Awesome, another Tom. We just have a show of Toms. There's so many Toms back there now. So I have the awesome Tom Brown. So Tom does so many things to help dentists and humans. He's so friendly, so much fun. But Tom, I'd like to ask you, share a story of someone who says, I am so glad I know Tom Brown, someone your grandmother would be proud to know, and how you've helped them in their dentisting life be more successful.
So this gentleman I met about 4 years ago, started off with some phone conversations, then met him at a conference, and this person really lives to connect dentists with other dentisting humans.
Yeah.
And his name is Dr. Paul Goodman.
Oh, wow. Thanks, Tom. Look at that. A surprise. It's a twist here, like Fight Club. It is like Fight Club, right? I like that.
And I think my grandmother would love to meet you. She would be completely entertained with you.
Thanks.
And I think, Paul, you would be happy to say that you met me 4 years ago. I know I'm happy I met you.
Oh, for sure. Now, what you guys are doing with your virtual consult, I think, is so industry changing, because you're allowing dentists to power their iPhone to create video, to scale their attention, to answer questions. But if this is the first time someone's hearing about your virtual consult, give us just a broad picture look at what does it do in a dental office.
So your virtual consult is actually going to help you bring more, not just bring more patients into the practice, but even more importantly, more qualified patients in from a case acceptance perspective. So the national average of 41% case acceptance, really kind of low. We need to do something about it. We're not going to just incrementally increase it. We're going to drive that all the way up to an average of 89%. That's where it sits right now. And the reason for that, Paul, is actually really simple. And you can see it really simply when you do a demo, but it all comes down to the saying. People forget what you said, they forget what you did, but they'll always remember how you made them feel.
For sure.
And who can make a patient feel better than getting to know the doctor and building that confidence with that person before they actually come into the practice? And so that's already breaking down a lot of the barriers. Your virtual consult is not a top of the funnel marketing tool. It's a middle of the funnel marketing tool. So as people go through that, they can self-select out or self-select in based on getting to know you in these short 30-second videos. And obviously you're using it. It's a pretty cool tool. It makes it easy.
And I like it that you can, going into your dental office, your morale matters. So doing procedures that you like to do, with us, it happens to be implants. For other people, it'll be cosmetic dentistry. So people can make these short videos just from their iPhone, and your team has been great in walking us through how to use it. Let's say someone's watching it saying, you know what, I want to do more clear aligners. I want to do more sleep apnea. I'm ready to make these videos. How do they connect with you guys, and what do they learn during the first consult for your virtual consult?
In the first consult, they're gonna learn how that process actually works, because in order to make this work, you really have to own it. And those videos, I know some people are a little concerned about videos, but they're not marketing production videos. These are videos like we're just talking on a telephone right here, because it's not about the video production. It's really about getting the patient to know the doctor personally. So the more personal and organic it is, the better. In order to get in touch with us, you can go to yourvirtualconsult.com/dentalnachos. They'll go right to the landing page we created, and then we'll schedule that demo with them. It takes about 10 or 15 minutes.
I love that. One of the things I want to add, and I appreciate you guys, getting me to do these videos, is I can use them to train my team. I can use them for so many different reasons. You can upload them to YouTube. So you can use this one piece of content, like Gary Vee says, use it on your website through your virtual consult, but also train your new dental assistant about the benefits of dental implants. I made a couple videos already that were super easy to use. So you don't have to be a video star to do this, right, Tom?
Absolutely. As a matter of fact, if you are a video star, you really have to dumb it down a little bit, because you don't want it to come off as a marketing video. And again, I'm going to go back to this. And Paul, I'm going to use you as an example again. I just talked to a Dental Nachos member just a few days ago, and she had signed up to do the demo. Now, when she got on, she had forgotten what your virtual consult was about, but it does come through the Dental Nachos. And I said, oh, do you know Paul personally? And as she answered, she was smiling, right? We're on video and she's smiling. And she goes, no, I don't know Paul personally. I just know how entertaining he is. and whatever. Now, keep in mind, she didn't remember what YVC was because she had set it up a few days
Right.
earlier. She didn't ever meet you personally, but you made her feel a certain way, and she remembers that. Didn't
Yeah.
remember what you said. So that's what these videos actually help.
That's so key. I mean, and just to say what Aaron said before, direct mail. You couple this with video on your website, and you become a trusted resource. You can make dentistry more. I mean, that's what I try to do: make things in general more fun, even dentistry, so people want to come and see you and want your personality to come through, however that is. So I'm so glad you guys exist in doing this, Tom. We're enjoying it. You can text consult to 215-543-6454. And if people want to reach out to you directly, Tom, how should they do that?
You can reach out directly to me at tom.brown@yourvirtualconsult.com. Looking forward to it. And thanks again, Paul. Really appreciate it.
Oh, my pleasure. Thanks, Tom.
Yeah.
So as you guys can see, these toppings on Talking Nachos are separate but come together. Direct mail piece, your virtual consult. These are all the things that we need to do to help move our patients forward. Great line from The Cell is Human by Daniel Pink, one of my favorite books. So I'm ready for our next guest on Talking Nachos whenever my team is here. And we'll bring up awesome Tom. How are we doing now, Tom?
I'm doing well.
Awesome. That's much better. So Tom, you do one of our favorite things with the dental stores. We can put that up on the bottom here in a second. But tell us a story of success. Somebody that has met you and said, I'm so glad that I have connected with you. I'm less stressed out. I'm more successful. I just enjoy it. Tell us about that.
Yeah, so we actually had one of my clients. They were talking about signing up with another company, and they were telling me about how much they were paying, and it was like something sort of was like 50% of their net revenue of their plan to this company, and I was completely shocked that that's a lot of money to be paying out for these type of for a platform like that. And when we told them our prices, they were like amazed. They couldn't believe it. They asked me twice, like, "Are you sure that this is your price?" I'm like, "Yes, this is our price." And so it was pretty neat to see. They've been with us now for several years at this point, and they have probably easily 500 to 600 members. But they accelerated. They did maybe like 100 members in their first 3 months, and they love it. They can't get enough of it. So
I mean, let's pull back. I love that story, and it's so great, especially where you can. It's like a patient coming out, so they said a crown's $1,500. I said that's normal. $2,000 normal. A crown's $8,000. They said that's not exactly normal, right? That's over what norms is. So you share with them how your system can deliver results. Membership clubs in general, not being tied to insurance. Have you seen an increase over the pandemic of people reaching out to you, people asking about this, people losing their benefits? It's one of the most favorite things I do in my office. But tell me about your experience with other clients.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, there have been tons of people that have reached out, offices that have reached out, trying to basically wanting to start a membership plan. I remember one person actually, they called me up and they were telling me, hey, I just got a letter. This was in the middle of the summer last year. So in the middle of the pandemic, they just got a letter saying, hey, we're going to reduce your fees. This is from an insurance company. We're going to reduce your reimbursement. And so he's like, that really angered me. So when I went back and I looked at all my books, I must have had millions and millions of dollars worth of write-offs in the past 5 or 10 years. And he's like, I've had it. I'm done with it. No more insurance. And at that point, he decided, let's get started with this membership plan. And he's been on board since. He's been fantastic.
I want to point something out, how crazy it is to be a dentistry human. I'm 19 years into this. There's insurances, full block PPO, that write me a letter saying, hi, loyal in-network provider, we're going to pay you less, even though dentistry costs more. While that destroys your profit, it really destroys your morale. Because if you go home tonight and say to whoever loves you, your spouse, your couch, your dog, whoever, I'm going to love you 20% less next year, they're not going to like it. And that's why you can now shift. And we've been building our plan. So one of my favorite people, Gary V, Tom talks about everybody starts with one follower, no matter where you are, Instagram, TikTok. So everyone starts with one member. What are some of your offices? Have they gone from 1 to 100, 1 to 500? What's sort of the tracking of these, adding these to their offices? What have you seen with your customers?
I've seen it like kind of all across the boards. I mean, I think some of the offices are surprising. They're very, very tiny offices, and they just blow it out of the water. I mean, they're like, doing 30 members a month, 100 members over the course of 3 months. I think that's a really good clip to do. And then there's some offices that just have a couple members over the month, but it's worth it for them. I think it really just depends on what you're looking to get out of it. Do you want to be very aggressive about growth and doing different things like that? There's all different types of price points and different things you kind of do with the plan that to make it your own, but offer it to a certain kind of section of your patients, a demographic of your patients, but also pricing it wise, like where it fits in your practice. Is it a high growth thing? Is it going to bring in a lot of revenue? Are you trying to make back what you're doing? You're trying to get people to do more treatment. It's just all different types of things. Your goals, basically, is what it comes down to.
Love that, Tom. We've been working with you for a while. I love your energy. I love the support you give us. Everyone should just text club to 215-543-6454. One of the things about the JDD program, Tom, just do the demo, just like our offices, maybe now's the right time to move forward. Maybe later is, maybe it's not, but they're going to learn something by talking to you, Tom. Really appreciate that. What can they expect on a demo with dental stores when they call you up?
So we usually take maybe 15, 20 minutes and just kind of go over, where we are in the market, what we do, why we do what we do, and how our system fits into the modern office, right? I think there's something to be said because we don't just do membership plans, as we do the entire e-commerce thing. We put your services online, things like that. And that all kind of dovetails with what the modern consumer expects, especially after the bomb of COVID last year. I mean, everybody's moved everything online. And so you want to be interfacing with your patient wherever you can, just like, the postcards and things like that. You want them to see your name on things more often. And so whether they buy something from the store at home, they're buying their toothpaste at midnight or whatever it is on a Saturday night.
You're buying a mouthguard cleaner, and I always like that. So I think it's a true Nacho brainer. Thanks for your support, Tom. Can't wait to see you in person again. Really appreciate you sharing with us today.
Absolutely. Can't wait to see you guys. Take care.
So as we walk through these topics, we've learned so many different things from membership clubs, videos, from direct mail. I'm ready for my next guest whenever my team is ready here. So I have the awesome Parham, who fits with this story as well. But Parham, tell us a customer, a client, a person who says, I am really glad I met Parham. It has had a great impact on my dentisting life.
Absolutely. We have a startup practice during COVID. They opened up in the Michigan area. They hired one of these bigger companies that was charging, double, triple what we are for our website. They went through the process and the other company wasn't returning their calls on time, wasn't doing the work properly for them, So what happened was they reached back out to us and they said, look, we spent all this money on the site. We're not happy with them. We don't like the service so far. Can we work with you? We worked a deal with them. We got them going. We set up ads. They started slowly getting patients through the ads. And, I let them know it's search engine optimization where we try to organically pump you up on Google, right? I said, that's going to take time. It's going to take 6 months to a year. So we worked together. They worked on getting reviews in their office, added a great membership plan. And pretty much a year later, they're doing 45, 50 new patients a month. So,
and see, I love that story because it's a story of transforming someone from being basically sad to successful. Doc Sites, you guys are an awesome key resource and sponsor. You can text Doc Sites at 215-543-6454 to learn more. But one of the cool things I do enjoying the show is you just mentioned membership plan. You don't do membership plans, but Tom does membership plans. Aaron started with direct mail. You don't do direct mail. He doesn't do websites. So maybe, how does this all fuse together for client success? Where does the website fit in? But why does also the website need to be also surrounded by other good topics?
The website is the heart. It's the place that creates trust, right? If you get Aaron's direct mail, which we also love, you got to do a mix, right? I have a background in marketing and I've worked with bigger companies. They do a full package. They don't just put sour cream. They got to melt the cheese. They got to put the jalapenos. And that's how you grow a business in general, right? So what happens is if you send your direct mail or you have a membership plan, which is beautiful to market on the website, which we always recommend, it's a great way if someone that says, okay, let me start my relationship with a dental office by signing up for a membership plan and I can work through that. And then if I need treatment, I can use that. And the website is where you build trust. It's a great place. Nowadays, we recommend with your iPhone, take a horizontal video of your office, show that it's a clean office. When someone comes to the site, you'll be surprised the number of views on that video because people actually want to see, am I walking into a site?
Right.
I mean, to an office that's clean, or am I going into that rag?
People, and also what I just think is, and it's cool to live in 2021. You know, when I was younger, you just walked into a store and it was there. There was no reviews. You had to find out. Now people just want their mind oriented. Who am I going to see? What am I going to look like? It's so valuable, and leverage this technology through your website, because it's become, whether people call it your virtual business card, and we have your virtual consult that lives on your website. So if someone wants to reach out to you guys, Parham, walk me through what happened. What's the demo like? How long is it? And, you know, tell me a little more about that.
Well, usually our demos are 30 to 45 minutes. We never pressure sales because we're not one of those companies that we have a big fund supporting us. We're actually a family-owned company.
Nice.
So we want to make sure that we're the right fit for you too.
Right.
So I go through all the details. I go through the process. I've been building dental offices for 11 years in terms of their marketing. I helped my friend go to 13 offices. So I'm not going to just take in a client that's like, I want 30 new patients in this first month. You're not going to get the right patients that way. You're going to stress yourself out. So I work with them. I say, here's the process. Here's how to get reviews. Here's the right patient offers. Here's maybe some of the items. You know, a lot of dentists have great work that they've done. They don't even feature it on the home page.
Right.
A lot of them do these beautiful veneers or implant cases, and you don't even see it on the home page.
So that's what I want to add there, Parham, is that's such a key part of the storytelling process, so that people see what they want. And oftentimes, too, dentists are either unaware or embarrassed or insecure to show what they do, but they shouldn't be, because that's what our patients go to us for. And you guys do such a great job of getting people to go right to a website and seeing that. So how can people reach out to you directly, Parham, if they would like to?
They can text me directly, 818-421-8626. They can email me, parham@docsites.com, or go to our website, docsites.com. And Paul, what we're doing right now for Nachos members is in this next month in October, the first 3 dental Nachos members who do a demo and mention our Amazon offer, we're giving a $50 gift card.
Nice.
Just for doing a demo. That's for a dentist owner who owns a practice or a group practice, and we'll hook you up with a $50 gift card.
I love that. $50 gift card. Buy yourself something for Halloween. Well, thanks, Parham. Anyone else who's here, please come back on. I just want to do a quick wrap up for today. I have something to share that might help you guys with dentists. So you guys all help dentists move forward. And one of the things at Dental Nachos, we have 3 things that we talk about each day. If it doesn't help, it doesn't matter. If it doesn't help, it doesn't matter. Be proud to sell help, and we all need money. So if it doesn't help, it doesn't matter. Be proud to sell help, and we all need money, because money, like Mark Costa says, the cash flow of our businesses and our lives. So when I talk to patients who have a huge investments of $40,000 to $60,000 in their mouth, they get overwhelmed. And I always say, when I see they're overwhelmed, I say, when you are ready to move forward, we'll be ready to help you. And I like what you said, Parham. You don't pressure people, but you let them know. So when you are ready to move forward, we'll be ready to help you. Use that on your dentist clients. They're going to love it. So Aaron, if they say, I can't do this, too much money, say, you know what? When you are ready to move forward, we'll be ready to help you. So that's some secret Nacho tips. So I want to ask you guys, what's something you learned or thought about or reframed or you could take away from this episode to help you in your business life? A tip, a small thing, something you hadn't thought about before. I'll start with Aaron. You can unmute yourself when you're ready.
Yeah, no, great question. Well, I was just, for me, it's just really interesting how everything kind of works together here. You know, I mean, I think that really stood out to me. I mean, I look at so many new patients that are calling offices right now with expiring benefits, but what a great opportunity to convert them over to an in-house plan before they renew at the first of the year. And because they're using them, why not use it now? But yeah. I just like, you know, thoughts and vision from looking at, you know, different businesses. I think we can all learn from others. Yeah. Different dental practices, especially learn from others. I love leveraging analytics. You don't have to make the same mistakes that thousands of other dentists have made, right? Sure. Learn from mistakes of others and grow. And it's, you know, back to football, that's my always analogy. If you see someone screw up, don't do what they did. Right. And also make it your own. Add your own swagger to it and make it personal.
I love that. Thanks, Aaron. Tom Brown, how about you?
One thing just you bring to light, you asked the question at the beginning, name somebody that would be happy that you met you. And it again, it's not something new, but you're brought back into this, that it is all about relationships and it's all about people and it's helping people. A lot of times we'll get so wrapped up in, what you're doing and how to bring your product to market. The reality is if all of us on this call stepped back and thought about how many people we helped, and like we've changed a lot of people's lives. That's really the reason we're involved in this. And I think when you do take that step back, you can be pretty happy about the position that you're in and in continuing to trying to help the dental community.
Yeah, I love that, Tom. Maybe we can reframe this phrase, and I think Gary would like it. A lot of companies and a lot of people talk about ROI. What's the ROI, return on investment? But maybe it should be reframed as what's the relationships on investment? Because the relationships often last well more than that return on numeric. So every business has to stay in business, whether you're a dental practice, but I really think that's great. So relationships on investment is so important to me. Tom Camarota?
Yeah, I learned a lot. I'm really surprised about the direct mail part that, that it's so targeted and that you could create these heat maps and different things. I didn't realize that you could actually do that. I did some direct mail postcards in a previous position, and it was never like that. So really incredible thing to learn about. And love about the video from Tom and the websites. And really, I think it's pretty impressive that everybody across the board is like they want to service the customer the best they can. Like even from doc sites, like, hey, I'm not going to take on a customer who's just saying I need to get 20 leads every month or whatnot. It's more about establishing that and then growing from there. So start small and then grow big.
I love that. And I think that's you guys all fuse together and putting together that package that your business grandmother would like to see. And Parham, I'll finish up with you.
I think at the end of the day, I see everyone here wants to help other people, and that's the goal here, right? And that's what dentisting is, helping people live their best life.
And I love that part. That's why I try to kindly annoy. I just was at the residency program this morning talking to brand new dentists. And, if I say to them, to be a good dentist, you have to sell things, it makes them uncomfortable because dental school makes everything weird. But I say, if it doesn't help, it doesn't matter. But once you know you can help, be proud to sell that help. Be proud because people are glad they did the implant, glad they did that. I want to wrap up with, some of you may know this already, but we're going to be doing Super Dentist Business Boost. Very on brand for us, Cinco de Mayo weekend of May. So Cinco de Mayo weekend. Tom, you were at our last, both Toms were. Tom Brown, you were at our last Super Dentist Boost, which was our core building one, which was clinical, business, and communication. This one's just going to be business for practice owners to be, or someone who just bought a practice. How was your experience at the Super Dentist Business Boost this past August?
And Paul, because we've talked, it was a fantastic experience. And honestly, what you really got out of it was it's such a tight-knit community. So I got to I made so many more connections at that meeting, and they're real connections because it's not just in passing like at a conference where they're at a booth. Everybody was intermixed. You and your team did a fantastic job of introducing people throughout. Honestly, the best job in dentistry that I've seen so far at a conference, because you consistently introduce people to other people. And we're working with a number of people from that particular conference, but we made probably close to 40 new connections that we.
That's awesome. Now, one of the things, I'm going to ask Tom Camarota this in a second, and I want to meet Parham and Aaron in person, is that there's huge dental conferences, and I'm going to one next week and sponsoring part of it, which have tremendous value. But then also when you shrinkify some of these and you meet and make deeper connections with a few people, they go and tell their friends. Tom Camarota, you've been at our big wedding events, you've been at Super Dentist Boost. How do they compare, or tell us a little bit about your experience?
I could say the consistent thing, always top-notch food, definitely the best food going, always well serviced, always eating too much, to be honest with you. But I could say that's one thing I did really love about the smaller one just recently. It was a lot, just like Tom said, it was highly connected. You're talking to people one-on-one for long periods of time. You're building that kind of relationship. And I exited there just making some really good friends. So I'm happy to have gone to that and establish those connections. And I think that when you go to the other ones, when you go to something like bigger, when it's outside COVID, which I imagine would be something that you're going to do in next year in May, it'll be a little bit bigger, a little bit broader because we don't have to worry about COVID so much. That is also amazing because then it's just so many more touch points, right? And you get to see so much more, and you're interacting a lot more because you don't have to keep this distance. You don't have to
I love that. We're going to wrap up, but maybe it'll help us all bring this story together. For my amazing friend, Dr. Todd Fleischman, we went to see John Mulaney last night. His new stand-up was really good. He went to a huge event in Florida, and he was standing at the elevator, and somebody said to him, "You're Todd from Dental Nachos." And because he speaks at Dental Nachos, so it fused that awareness of whether it's direct mail or website into the real person experience. And that's what we're doing with this ABC Always Be Connecting. Thanks so much, guys. Really enjoyed it.